Hello, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon session. And today we are going to be drawing in circles. And it's a session basically to use drawing as a tool for stress relief. And we are very proud to collaborate with Blue Palette, who has been doing other sessions with us as well. And of course, we have got another session coming up next week. So, a very warm welcome to the founder of Blue Palette, Soma Mitra, who is joining us today. And how are you today, Soma?
Hi Rani, I'm perfect. Thank you for having me in this session.
Thank you very much for joining us
And
today.
Manav
And I
Utsav is
think
growing great. I'm really enjoying I'm following Manav Utsav very closely, and all the sessions are really so interesting. Even yesterday there was a session of art and artificial intelligence. It was a very intriguing session, I must say.
yeah, I
So
think
Manav Utsav is going great.
yeah, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was a very thought-provoking session. Although the conversation needs to go on, and I believe that we will, possibly before the third year of Manavutsav, we will have some findings, and we'll take it from there. But thank you very much for your time, for your work that you have shared so far, and the workshops has been very widely accepted, and you've done that kind of training with us before in Leicester. And of course, I mean, today's is going to be a session that we have not done before. So, what are we expecting today? If you give us a little.
Yeah, Indrani. So, as the session says, it is basically about drawing, and so see now a lot of research has been done on drawing, how it can be a stress relieving activity. So, like we know, drawing is a joyous activity, but once we grow up, so that is a thought when we are kids. Now, once we grow up, we make ourselves believe that drawing is not for us; it's a kids' activity. So that kind of thought is now changing. So that's why I thought of doing this session like draw in a circle. So a small presentation I like to. So I guess Indrani, there is a few pictures. If you can share those pictures, like our viewers can get some idea like what is drawing in a, yeah. See, this is kind of things we are talking about. So as simple as this. So basically there will be a circle, there will be pen, there will be paper, and then we will be keeping on doodling and making some lines and whatever we feel like we can do. So these are a few examples of draw in a circle. So as it can be as simple as this.
Yeah, these are wonderful, and I think so. Would you like to tell us a little bit now, or shall we deep into the session by doing it? Or I think a little bit of a context around what it looks like, why we do these kind of things would be really good to capture.
Yeah, so what we'll do is I'll just walk you through a presentation which I was thinking of sharing with you. Okay, so just give me a moment, I'll share the screen. Indrani, just let me know if we are able to see.
Yes, we are. Yeah, on the screen now.
Okay, so see, basically, when I was thinking about this session, and when I think about this particular stress relieving draw in a circle uh, event. So see, basically, every one of us has a story. We live a story every moment, every day. We have lived a story. We are living a story, and in future we will be living a story. So basically, drawing in a circle is like letting them tell the story. So as we move on, so now what is drawing? Drawing is basically a group of lines, and these lines which will reflect. the story of the person. As we are talking about a story, so these lines will talk about, as you can see in this someone is thinking about a home, someone is thinking about how the numbers can grow up, someone is thinking about flying, someone is thinking about just money. I say all these things, like, you know, different things, and that is all about which can form the uh, it can be our dreams, it can be our desires, it can be our memories, it can be our now. So this is so what we will draw, that will reflect, that generally reflects. So when we are unconsciously doing it, that reflects more. So so this group of lines generally reflect this kind of story which we are living and which we have lived. Now as we are again talking about the lines, see there are different types of lines. Like here you can see thin lines and thick lines. So if you know, like thin lines, we generally make these thin lines when we are completely not very sure of something. They are fragile, they are very have some, you know, ephemeral kind of air in them. And the opposite thing happens when we are drawing a thick line. It's like making a statement, it's like more strong, more strength, bold. So all these things will come out when we are making a thicker line. So next we come to the vertical lines and horizontal lines. So horizontal lines, if you see, where we generally see a horizontal line, when we see when we think about a seaside, so a calm quiet sea, and we think about that horizontal line. So actually horizontal line is all about, you know, calmness, no, not much of conflict, very much restful, peaceful, all kind of things. The opposite happens when we draw the vertical lines. They are much like kind of dignified lines. And what do you think, like when we see the vertical lines, we are kind of seeing a tree, a pole, something which is reaching out to the sky. So you know, when we draw some vertical lines, that is a kind of spirituality, which is spiritual thought which is coming out uh, through those strokes. Similarly, we have diagonal lines. Diagonal lines, if you know, generally when we do a diagonal line, just think like we do this kind of mountains. Two diagonal lines, we make a mountain. So it's more of energy, excitement, adventure. So it's not so quiet and calm like, you know, the vertical or the horizontal lines. So vertical lines are like more stable, whereas these diagonal lines will give you more energy, more adventure in them. And then we come to the zigzag lines. So see, all these things now you find in a drawing. When you start scribbling, or when you do any spontaneous drawing, or any normal like very thoughtful drawing also, these lines only comprise all these drawings. So some zigzag lines, they are more of like, you know, nervousness. We are not sure, again a little confused state of us. So likewise, as we move on, we come to the curved lines. Now curved lines are, you know, very calming. At the same time, they are very dynamic, graceful. Like whenever you show someone, you know, moving, dancing, we do those swishing curved lines. So they are kind of like fluid movement in them. And the circle, as we are talking about a circle, is the ultimate form of a curved line. So when the line comes and, you know, makes a something whole, complete, that is actually a curved line. So this is all about lines. Why I am talking so much about lines? Because see, as I told you, drawing is nothing but a group of lines only. See, as you showed, these are a few examples of making a curved line, a circle, and drawing something. So see, if you can see all these things which I have just talked about. See, this is a sea. The lines are more or less horizontal. The tree has some vertical lines. In the same way, if you come down over here, you will see the mountain, the rock. it has a very strong diagonal movement, and I have used some diagonal lines in the waves as well, because these waves are very uh, very strong waves, very exciting, very energetic kind of things. So similarly, if you see this water, this is also water, this is also water. So here the water is more calming. That's why the little curved and horizontal lines. Whereas here the water is gushing water, like gushing waves, and so that's why the lines which I have used, maybe I have not used very consciously. The lines which came out of me are these diagonal lines. So now, why circle? Why I chose to talk about circle? So there are two extremes of a circle. One is, it is whole, it's total, like I have shared the mandala of Carl Jung, the famous psychologist. He used to say mandala is a psychological expression of totality of yourself. So he's the person who took mandala from east to west. So he every day he used to make a mandala, a drawing in a circle. At that time, I do not know whether he knew the name of mandala or not, but he used to make. Later on, he described them as mandalas, but you will see they're very much different from the mandala which we consider as mandalas today. So he used to draw in a circle, and he used to say it is the expression of his self, and he used to use this for his patients as well. So this is the wholeness and totality of a circle. The second thing about a circle is it's actually zero. See, it's another extreme of a circle. It's nothing, it's void. So these are the two extremes of life. One in one way, in a circle we can see nothing. In the same way, we can see the entire world in it, the entire entirety of us, of ourselves, everything we can see in a circle. So, but as we know, ki life is not so extreme. There can be, we can actually hit an equilibrium. So using these lines, we can create an equilibrium in the circle. So when we use this kind of lines within a form of circle, we are actually bringing us to a balance. So see, this is one of the circular drawing where I have used curved lines, horizontal, vertical, zigzags, and I have used some of the diagonal lines. So everything is coming together. See, we cannot be always in one state of mind. Like, everything is necessary. There should be some excitement, there should be at the same time some control, some calmness. So everything has to be there. It has to be encapsulated, and once we can hit that equilibrium, life becomes like trudging through all these situations. See, situations will evolve, situations will come and go, and we cannot evade them. What we can do is, we can train ourselves, or we can do something so that we make ourselves strong enough to face the situations. So this is kind of the equilibrium we are hitting through a circle. Now see, then what is this? Like, whatever I have shown you all this time, they are basically, general term is doodling. Nowadays, every one of us do this kind of doodling. Now, research has told us that doodling has their very own benefits. So this repetitive and rhythmic motion, as you can see, like I'm sorry. So yeah, so as you can see in this type of drawings, like, there are repetitive lines, same kind of lines are repeating themselves. So doodling is repetitive lines, and these repetitive and rhythmic lines, what they do is, they will calm ourselves down, they will help us relax. And doodling is something again, like as we will see in our session today, कि this is spontaneous. See, we do not need a real preparation for this drawing, and we should not be prepared for this drawing. Suppose we are a little stressed out at work, or maybe at home. Now we are not asking you to make a elaborate drawing. Just take a pen, take a paper, and do something very spontaneous. Try to do it in a circle. So as we saw, it has their own benefits. So this spontaneous kind of drawing, they relieve psychological distress. And research has a lot of research has been made, and yeah, they confirmed that a lot of stress relieving activity can a stress relieving state of mind can be achieved through this spontaneous doodling or drawing. So the next one is, it reduces stress hormone cortisol. Again, it is something that research has found out. And at the same time, when you make an art piece, when you do something beautiful, or something like, anything can be beautiful. Beautiful is something, a very subjective matter. So it stimulates the reward hormone, that's dopamine. So when research has again found out, like, when you do this kind of doodling, or this kind of pen art, this kind of spontaneous art, so maybe you are you in a situation, and you do not know, like, like what to do. A little bit we are confused, and everyday life we face that kind of things, like what to be done. So generally they fill up this gap. So maybe while doodling, we can get the answer to, like what we are searching for. So basically, Indrani, this is all about what we are planning to do today.
I think that's excellent. What you're saying there is kind of very simple strategy that people can use at any point, at any level. And particularly, I mean, when you were actually going through the stress relief and talking about the equilibrium, I found that sometimes when we are, say, for example, in a situation where there are talks going on, or say, for example, we are sitting and we are thinking about something, or we are listening to something, I have found myself picking up a pen or something in my hand, and try to do. And when you're saying this, like, I was thinking, like, I was trying to reflect on my experience, and I was trying to think, okay, what do I do? Because that's my practice that I do quite a lot, actually. And I find that I primarily use two geometric shapes. One is a rectangle, and the other one is a circle. So, and then I try to do something within that circle or within that rectangle. But I think it's the shape, it's a geometric shape that I tend to bring in, like you were saying. I never thought of it in that light before, but somehow that's the thing. And it's interesting to see that, possibly that's what, if I get more structures, if I get more information from you because you're practicing it, that can actually be used as a tool, which I'm sure that some of our audience who will be listening to this, they will find this. And what you were saying there is that we don't really need to look for much. We just need a pen and a paper, and we just sit down and work with you to kind of do those lines and stuff. And I think when we go into that, during the
Yeah,
workshop.
so Indrani, I'd like to say ki, as you were saying ki you generally do the rectangles, so that has a very significance. Like, as I was telling about today we are discussing about circle. Rectangle means you are towards you are organized. So organized people generally doodle in a rectangle. So now if you can just reflect back to yourself, you will know ki whether it's true or not. So
That's true. That's true. Yes. I mean, I don't think that I'm very organized, but yes, I mean there is a correlation, because when I'm thinking, I'm trying to organize my brain in some ways, isn't it? and then possibly the rectangle is something that where I am trying to put in my thoughts, or I'm trying to concentrate on what I want to work next. That's very interesting to know. And it's interesting in the sense that, when I was doing this, some of the experimentations we were doing with the children last year, just before the Manavotsav, and what we found was that it was very interesting to see, um, there is a psychological connection to how children approach art, to how people like us, more adults, we approach the art. And in doing so, I was trying to look into the children's psychology and that part of it. And I think that now I can link to what you are saying there as well, because you have been, and I think we need to do more sessions around that as well going in the future. But just coming back to the circles and what we are doing today, can you give us an understanding of where we go? So how do we start doing it? Is there a particular image that we want to start with and then go on the more complicated or complex task? Not complicated, but complex tasks.
Sure, Indrani, we can do a little bit of doodling now. So I was planning to do that. So I guess we have some volunteers with us. Can we have them with us now? And I will like to join from this device.
Yes, so I think I was muted maybe in between. So what I was saying is that, we have got two people joining us, and we are very glad to welcome you to the studio as well. So Ankita and Srilekha. And I think the first one that I want to go into is to Ankita. I know your background is IT professional, but you do drawing and you do painting. And why do you do so? Why did you choose to do that?
Hi, first of all. I'm not much into drawing, but
I think there is um, some technical issues there. We can't hear you, Ankita. Maybe I can go to Srilekha. Hi, Srilekha. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Good evening, everybody. Myself, Mrs. Srilekha Nandi. I'm working in a school since 12 years. So I'm a geography teacher. So not the formal, not so directly interested or doing drawing, but indirectly some maps and those things I can do. Not that type of drawing. Obviously, now in the pandemic situation, in the stressful life has become having lots of stress. So I think the concept Shoma is providing us, we will get some relief from that. And I want to try that one, obviously.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Yes. And then we can, I'm also getting my pen and paper here as well to start doing things with Shoma and trying to learn to de-stress ourselves. Over to you, Shoma. You are muted.
Indrani, can you?
I think if you unmute yourself on the camera that's focusing the drawing space. I can't hear you now. No, you have unmuted yourself, but I can't hear you on the drawing one. I think Ankita is back. No, she's still frozen, I believe. No, she's back. Hi, Ankita. How are you? Sorry, I muted yourself.
I am good.
Sorry, we lost you there. I think there was a technical issue. So yeah, how do you? So
Yeah,
you were
I
saying
guess
that you don't
so.
do. Yeah. So you were saying that you don't do too much of drawing, but and there was this but.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah. So you practice it. You're an IT professional, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so actually, I am into IT, and I'm not so keen of drawing and everything. To be honest, I am not any professional or anything. But as per Soma was saying that we scribble, we do these unconsciously or unknowingly, and that is what interested me in today's session. That she says that it has some neurological or psychological science behind those unconscious scribbling or anything. So I guess everyone should know how it goes around and how we do it on regular basis and everything. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. And I think what we will now do is focus more around the screen where Soma has focused her drawing space. And if you can use that microphone, Soma, so that there is no echo.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah, very clear.
Okay, perfect. So we just need, as I promised, Cake will not need anything more than a paper and a pen. So we'll start with making spirals. Okay. So
Yeah.
there is a reason for making the spirals. So when we make this kind of spirals from outside to inside, our anger. So one of the most important issue which face from day-to-day life. So generally it says that this anger reduces when we are doing this kind of spirals from outside to the inside. Maybe it is taking us to the inside. Now this is all neuroscience. This is all based on graphology, I am saying. So that's why we are trying to make spirals. Now the same spiral, now as we are doing from outside to inside, if we do the same thing from inside to outside, it calms down and reduces our anxiety. So I can't tell you like why and how, that I am not yet aware of. There must be some reasons, but when we are doing inside to outside, they say ki it actually reduces our anxiety. So we have a few spirals over here. If you wish, you can make more of them. And as you make the spirals, you can just enjoy the beauty of the circles. So a few of them from outside to inside and few of them from inside to outside. Now we can make few lines. Again, as I said, diagonal lines. and some straight lines. And as we join it over there, what we get is a tree. Now, as we were talking about doodling and you can beautify your tree the way you wish, I will make some carved lines on the tree trunk. And as we are making these lines, you can feel yourself just engrossed in the drawing, lost in the drawing, and for the time being, you don't think about anything, whatever is happening around. You just don't think about it much. See, we have a nice tree over here. Now we draw a circle. Let us keep the tree inside the circle. It may not look at all like a circle. Mine is not becoming a circle. Mine is becoming something else. Like I do not know what shape, but yeah, basically it is a circular thing. So don't stress yourself whether it is becoming a circle at all or not. Just some circular enclosed area which does not have any sharp edge. Now, when there is a tree, beside the tree, we can make some sleeping and calming horizontal lines. See, broken small and small horizontal lines. And does it not look like water? On the opposite side, we can make some more lines, some more curved lines. You see, we have something like a tree. Behind the tree, there is water, and there is some land behind it. And we can make some birds chirping over here. I will just make some lines to make the land on which the tree is standing. So here we have one of our artworks. It's as simple as that. You can make the lines as per your own choice. It need not be sleeping or standing, or it can be even zigzag lines. It can be even circles or curved lines. Take your own time, do not hurry. If you want, you can make some more of the spirals. If it gives you a relaxing feeling, just keep on doing. And for the time being, you see yourself lost in this artwork. See the if you just notice, we have gone out of the circle for this particular drawing. So it's not always we need to be in that enclosed area. We can always think out of the box, out of the circle. So if you're all ready with this one, then we can go for another one. Just let me know.
Thank you so much. This is really wonderful. I mean, you can go on for ages doing it, and it's not in a perfect shape or size, but as you say, it's that it's a kind of a thing that really provides you focus, relaxation, but at the same time, the sense of creation.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly. That's what I
found
was
something
thinking.
definitely would like to share.
Oh, wow. That's interesting, Indrani. Really well done. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
So how did you feel while doing it? Like, did you enjoy the process?
I
I can
did.
see you have made very different lines in the trunk.
Yes, yeah. I thought that those, I was kind of thinking about the intersections and different lines as you were saying, because you did some patterns, and I thought, well, let's just experiment a little bit on that. But I still followed your lines, and
Yeah, I
it's
can see that.
really
Yeah.
good. It's
So
really good.
yes. Hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice. The artwork itself is looking so nice, and so Ankita and Shrilekha. Oh, Shrilekha is also done.
Wow, wonderful.
Oh,
Wow, wonderful. You can see some shades there as well. Wonderful.
some dark lines. See, some dark
Yeah.
lines. Like as I said, when we make a statement. Shrilekha, can you just hold the paper a little towards the right? Yeah,
Wow.
very nice.
Viveka
It's
has
really
done
amazing.
with
Beautifully
different
done.
lines, and Ankita as well. So we all have got,
So shall
some
we do on
good.
one more?
I have one question that I want to
Yes.
ask, that when we are making the spirals, that is there any tendency that particular personality they will do from inside to outside or outside to inside? Is it our state of mind will determine that moment whether we will draw from inside to outside or outside to inside?
Yeah, this is a wonderful question, Shrilekha. Definitely, our state of mind will determine if we are not consciously doing. Like today, we know कि, from outside to inside is like coming down our anger. Now, suppose someone who doesn't know about this spirals and they are doing this kind of doodling, just sitting and scribbling. So you will see there is a tendency of that person, if they are doing at all any spirals, they are trying to calm down, they will do from outside to inside. So similarly, in case of anxiety also, when a person is anxious, they generally follow the opposite. Like they are thinking about some generally when we get anxious, we are thinking about some solutions or something. So they will have a tendency to draw a spiral from inside to outside. And if they do not have the tendency, like if it is not like there, and if we consciously follow that, generally it has been seen that the anxiety comes down. We don't know yet we can well whether we can arrive at the answer. Like that is another the research is still going on that, but the anxiety for the time being calms down. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess we can do another artwork.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so here I will start with a circle. again with broken lines only. I'm not very particular about drawing with perfections. The lesser the perfection, the more is the fun. And see, this kind of drawings we have done, I guess, n number of times when we are kids. So we used to call these mountains. Still we call them mountains. So here I make a mountain, which is kind of a little challenging and adventurous. Like when we go for an adventure, we think of a mountain like this. On the sky, we can make a circle which can represent our moon and some curvy clouds. And with some horizontal lines, we can give our sky a nice finish or a nice look, I may say. So there is one more thing while you are completing the sky, I'd like to say. So though the research is going on this as well, when we draw a line or when we draw anything like any curves or we are making actually an action, and when we are making an action repeatedly, we are breathing repeatedly in the same pattern. So when we are making the vertical lines, we are breathing in a different pattern. When we are making the horizontal lines, we are breathing in a different pattern. So if you can see, when you are doing a particular kind of line for a time being, what is happening is you are changing your breathing pattern, and that is exactly what we do for pranayam. So making this line kind of drawings is actually helping you do a pranayam. So all the time it is not possible for us to sit quietly at a place and do the breathing exercises, but you can achieve the same thing while doing this kind of line art. So now here I will complete the circle like this. I will make some firewoods over here, some small stick like things. And I will light a fire on the top. The smoke can go on like this. Just beside the fire, let's make a tent. So now, because of this pandemic situation, see, we are all stuck at home and we long to go out. So maybe we cannot go out, but we can definitely draw a nice camping scene. So we are making some lines over here below the mountain. Which we can turn into trees. Again with some slanting lines. And as you draw this, you can just take yourself to that camping site and enjoy the bliss over there. Just think of the quiet and coming night, the moonshine, the campfire, and you can let your imagination flow and fly. You are sitting by the mountains, on the foothill of the mountains, and see how nice breeze is there, and it is very calm and quiet out there. So the foothill the foothill is covered by pine trees now. And finally, we can make some water. See, water is always so coming now. Whenever I go out for a trip, I always like to go to some place where there is water. You know, some it gives me excellent calming effect. Could be beside a river, a sea, maybe a big lake. So I just thought of taking you for a coming camping trip. Now you can definitely decorate your tent. And that's how it looks. Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary, for watching us. I just wish you can also draw along with me. It will be even a greater stress reliever. I can assure you that. I guess everyone is enjoying the bliss of the drawing. Take your time and slowly enjoy it. There's no hurry to finish it. Just enjoy it.
This is really another wonderful piece, I believe.
Okay.
And you can visualize it in different ways. And I think that it's, if you tell me that, can you do it very quickly, like something, because what you've done here is used very simple techniques, isn't it? Lines. to then build a landscape, which looks easy when you do it, but actually there is a thought process. And when you do that, what do you suggest our viewers to kind of visualize when you're doing it? So, say for example, because I did it with you, it became easy for us to think, okay, in that half circle, we can actually have mountains, we can have trees, we can have a camping site. But that's a whole lot of visualization process that you have gone through, or your brain has gone through, isn't it? So how difficult or easy is that for someone who doesn't know how to do drawing, or who is not very comfortable starting something?
So Indrani, I'll tell you, like, see, so if you see, these lines are not difficult. Okay, the lines are easy, just the arrangement might be a little challenging. I'll not say difficult. The arrangement is even not challenging. As you say, a little bit of thought is involved over there. Now, it will all come with time. Like, if you give yourself some time, if you keep on practicing, see, I will show you, you can do something like this, like a small circle, and these two lines, which will show you a mountain. And below the mountain, we can make this kind of lines. Now see, the entire scene evolved from there only. After that, I added all those small trees. Now, if we only start, all we need is to start, to be bold enough to begin, and the things will come up. Then we think of a sun or a moon over here. Then we think of adding these lines or a few clouds. See, all these things, they are the most basic shapes and lines which all of us know, isn't it? So it is all about beginning and giving yourself a little bit liberty, I must say, to do whatever you feel like. Like, if you see, this is a triangle. If you add a eye over here and a tail, it becomes a fish. And you draw a circle around it and make some bubbles. See, all these things, one drawing will guide you into the other. This kind of drawing in a circle is very communicative, Indrani. So the drawing itself, one line will lead you to the other line. They will tell you like what to be done after this. So it's all about beginning. Yes, Indrani.
Yeah. Yeah. This is wonderful. This is really wonderful. Yeah. So it's very much about, how you turn the shapes, or how you think about the lines as you're doing it. You try to visualize something, and then, it's a kind of process possibly that we have to go through.
Yeah, not a process much. Like, you don't have to give much time. Somehow we can't hear you, Indrani.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, now it's okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the thing is, it's not about giving much time. What I'm asking is, give yourself the liberty to do whatever you like. What I showed you is the different lines and patterns. May not be the first day or the second day or in the first month we will arrive over here. Maybe we'll just do this kind of things. So slowly, these drawings will lead us to the different drawings, to much evolved versions. We can just make the mountain. Later on, we can add the tent or the campfire. So it is a slow process, and one drawing will lead us into the other one. And it's all in us. It's all in us. We know all these lines and all these shapes and patterns. We just don't exercise it. That's why we think we can't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think we have got the again, a version of what you have done.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, can you show?
Is it showing?
Yeah. Oh wow, it's so lovely.
Oh, beautiful.
Ah, beautiful. Ankita, would you like to share? really, really, it's so nice to see even, isn't it, Indrani? The drawing itself, like, wow, so lovely, lovely lines. It's a little glitchy, though. And Ankita, just hold it for a moment. Yeah, amazing, very nice. So the drawing itself is just viewing the drawing. You know, another important aspect of drawing is like even the viewer gets very happy. Like I am so happy seeing all your artworks.
Yes. It's all because of you. So we've got the lines that we can turn into our tools to de-stress, and
Right.
yeah, that's really wonderful. So I think that what we the next one, of course, the other session that we have with you, which
Yeah.
is on the it's on 1st of August, which
Yeah.
is the lighthouse, isn't it? And the lighthouse is very much around, are we inviting adults and children for the lighthouse? Or no, it was the Gonda. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a on that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically for the children only, you know, because
Only,
there'll be a lot of colors involved, and so we can have the children's. And
yeah.
we can see in Gondak, we will be showing like small dash dots and small, small lines. With that, how can we make wonderful and colorful artwork? Using some colors, of course, because children are more attracted towards, see, all of us are attracted towards colors, but children are more. So it will be more colorful than this one.
Fantastic. Well, we're running short of time now, so we are almost towards the end. So what we can do is we can pick up some of these as well as we go along, because I think that we will be planning some more sessions. And and thank you very much, really, to Shrilekha and Ankita for joining us today. And it always feels nice, isn't it, when we are all together and doing something, creating something. And Shoma, I'll add the other one to the screen now as well. So that we can all.
So sorry, I was like on mute and the video was also not on. So I guess you all enjoyed the session, and thank you Indrani and Manav Utsav for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed with all of you.
And
Thank
we
you.
did as
Thank you.
well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, you all take care then. And we will possibly, if we can, manage to join again the first August that we will.
Sure.
Thank you.